Life's challenges often appear as roadblocks, disruptions, or even punishments. They shake our sense of stability and push us into uncomfortable territory. It's natural to perceive them as adversaries to be conquered or endured. But a subtle truth lies beneath the surface of every challenge. They are not obstacles in your path, they are the path. These moments of difficulty hold profound potential for growth, self-awareness, and transformation. To understand challenges as opportunities, it helps to shift your perspective. Every difficulty you encounter serves as a mirror, reflecting aspects of yourself that you might not otherwise see. It could reveal hidden fears, limiting beliefs, or unresolved emotions. While this may feel uncomfortable, it is through this discomfort that growth begins. Challenges invite you to step beyond the boundaries of your current understanding and expand into a deeper awareness of who you are. Imagine you're navigating a steep mountain trail. The ascent is arduous, and at times it may feel insurmountable. Yet with each step you grow stronger. The path may test your limits, but it also builds your resilience, endurance, and focus. Similarly, life's challenges are like that mountain trail. They demand effort, but they also offer opportunities to discover inner strength, adaptability, and resourcefulness that you may not have known you possessed. One of the most transformative aspects of challenges is their ability to teach us about the present moment. When you're fully immersed in dealing with a challenge, whether it's a personal crisis, a career setback, or a health issue, it brings you into the now. It strips away distractions and demands your presence. In these moments, you have the chance to connect with your inner awareness and respond with intention rather than reactivity. Challenges also cultivate humility and openness. They remind us that we are part of something much larger than ourselves and that life's unfolding often transcends our personal plans and expectations. This realization can be humbling, yet it also opens the door to new possibilities. When you let go of rigid expectations and embrace the lessons within a challenge, you allow life to guide you toward growth and transformation. It's important to remember that growth doesn't always feel good in the moment. Challenges can bring pain, uncertainty, or frustration. However, these emotions are not signs of failure, they are indicators of growth. Just as muscles must experience tension and strain to become stronger, your inner being develops through the trials it faces. To see challenges as opportunities, cultivate curiosity. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this teaching me?" Approach difficulties with a sense of openness, knowing that even the most uncomfortable experiences carry wisdom. Each challenge, no matter how daunting, is an invitation to awaken to a deeper sense of self-awareness and purpose. Ultimately, life's challenges are not here to defeat you, but to elevate you. They are stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. When you embrace them with courage and openness, you transform them from obstacles into powerful opportunities for growth, wisdom, and self-realization. Life, in all its complexity, flows like a river, sometimes smooth and gentle, other times turbulent and wild. When challenges arise, our instinct is often to resist, to brace against the current, or to try to redirect its course. This resistance creates tension within us, making the journey more exhausting and painful. However, when you stop fighting the natural flow of life and instead align with it, something profound happens. Grace emerges. Grace is not something you can force or fabricate. It is not about appearing composed on the outside while turmoil brews within. True grace arises effortlessly when you release resistance and embrace what is. It is the quiet, strength, calm, and clarity that come from living in harmony with the unfolding of life, even when that unfolding brings challenges. Alignment with life begins with trust in the intelligence of existence itself. Just as the river knows its way to the ocean, life has a rhythm and direction that may not always be immediately clear to us. This doesn't mean you abandon all effort or responsibility, rather it means you act from a place of acceptance and presence rather than fear or resistance. When you align with life's flow, your actions are no longer driven by desperation, but by wisdom and clarity. Consider a sailboat navigating the open sea. The sailor cannot control the wind or the waves, but they can adjust the sails and steer with the current. By working with the forces of nature rather than against them, the sailor moves forward with ease and efficiency. Similarly, when you align with life's flow, you stop wasting energy fighting circumstances you cannot change. Instead, you channel that energy into actions that harmonize with the present moment. Aligning with life also requires letting go of the need to control everything. Often the root of resistance lies in our attachment to how we think things should be. When life diverges from these expectations, we resist, creating inner turmoil. By letting go of rigid expectations and trusting the process, you open yourself to possibilities that may be far greater than anything you could have imagined. Grace also comes from recognizing that life's flow is not random. Even in the midst of challenges, there is an underlying order and purpose. Each experience, no matter how difficult, carries the potential for growth and transformation. When you align with this truth, you meet life's challenges not with resistance, but with a sense of openness and curiosity. In this state of alignment, grace flows naturally. It is reflected in your actions, your words, and even your presence. You move through difficulties with a quiet confidence, not because you have all the answers, but because you trust that life is guiding you exactly where you need to be. Grace transforms challenges into opportunities for deeper connection with yourself and the world around you. Ultimately, grace is the gift of surrender, not as a sign of defeat, but as an act of profound strength and wisdom. By aligning with life's flow, you allow its inherent intelligence to guide you, and in doing so, you discover the beauty and ease that come from living in harmony with the present moment. In the face of life's inevitable challenges, the way we respond defines our experience and shapes our journey. By embracing presence, accepting what is, viewing challenges as opportunities for growth, and aligning with life's natural flow, we unlock the profound power of grace. This grace is not a skill to be mastered or a facade to be worn, but a state of being that arises when we surrender resistance and meet life with openness and trust. Challenges are not here to diminish us, but to awaken us. They push us to discover the depth of our strength, the resilience of our spirit, and the wisdom inherent within us. When we stop resisting life and instead choose to flow with it, we uncover a profound sense of peace, clarity, and purpose even amidst uncertainty. Let us walk through life with the courage to remain present, the humility to accept what is, the curiosity to see challenges as teachers, and the trust to align with life's rhythm. In doing so, we cultivate a life of grace, a life where challenges become stepping stones to transformation, and every moment becomes an opportunity to awaken to the beauty of existence. Life unfolds in ways we cannot always predict or control. Challenges come not as punishments or mistakes, but as opportunities to awaken to a deeper dimension of being. In the face of adversity, it is tempting to resist, to label situations as good or bad, to wish things were different than they are. But this resistance only deepens the struggle, creating a storm within that mirrors the chaos outside. In life, challenges often feel overwhelming because they pull us into a whirlwind of thoughts, regrets about the past, and fears about the future. However, the only place where life truly exists is in this very moment. When you learn to anchor yourself in the present, you discover a profound ability to face difficulties with clarity and strength. Presence is not simply being physically here, it is a state of full awareness. It means quieting the mental chatter that often magnifies problems, stepping out of the endless cycle of what-if scenarios, and instead immersing yourself fully in the now. This moment right here, right now is all there ever truly is. The past exists only as a memory in your mind, and the future as an imagined scenario. Yet our minds habitually dwell in these non-existent realms, pulling us away from the only place where we can act, decide, and find peace, the present. Consider how presence can transform even the most challenging situations. Imagine you are facing a difficult decision or a moment of intense emotional pain. Without presence, the mind often spirals into resistance, overthinking, or even despair. Thoughts arise, why did this happen to me? Or what if things get worse? These thoughts feed your anxiety and cloud your ability to respond wisely. But when you become present, truly present, you step into a space where those thoughts lose their power. You observe the challenge for what it is, without the added layers of mental storytelling. Presence does not deny the existence of challenges. It doesn't mean you ignore your responsibilities or emotions. Instead, it shifts your relationship with them. By staying present, you create a gap between the situation and your reaction to it. This gap is transformative because it allows you to act from a place of calm rather than from impulsive fear or anger. It is in this gap that creativity, solutions, and strength emerge naturally. To cultivate presence, begin with your breath. Your breath is always here, always now. When you feel overwhelmed, pause for a moment and take a deep, conscious breath. Notice how it brings you back into your body and the present moment. Observe the sensations around you, the feeling of your feet on the ground, the sounds in the air, the rhythm of your heartbeat. These simple acts of mindfulness ground you, creating a sense of stillness even amidst external chaos. Presence also invites you to accept life as it is in this moment without immediately labeling it as good or bad. Challenges, when viewed through the lens of presence, become less daunting because you are no longer resisting them. Instead, you are meeting them fully, allowing them to teach you, shape you, and deepen your awareness. When you embrace presence, you unlock an inner strength that no external circumstance can diminish. Life's challenges become stepping stones, and you navigate them not by force but by aligning with the natural flow of life, one moment at a time. Life often unfolds in ways we cannot predict or control. Challenges, setbacks, and moments of uncertainty are inevitable. In these moments, our natural tendency is to resist. Resistance might take the form of wishing things were different, replaying the past in our minds, or obsessively trying to control the future. While this resistance may feel like a protective mechanism, it actually deepens our suffering. Acceptance, on the other hand, offers a pathway to peace, a peace that exists not in the absence of challenges, but in our willingness to meet them without resistance. Acceptance does not mean resignation or passive submission. It is not about giving up or pretending that difficult circumstances don't exist. Rather, acceptance is the recognition of reality as it is, without the additional weight of judgment or mental opposition. When you accept what is, you release the energy wasted on fighting against life's current. This energy, once freed, becomes available to navigate challenges with greater clarity and wisdom. Consider this analogy: when you swim against a strong current, you exhaust yourself and make little progress. But when you stop resisting and instead move with the flow of the water, you conserve energy and find a way forward. Life operates similarly. Resistance, whether in the form of anger, denial, or blame, creates an inner friction that leaves us drained and disconnected. Acceptance, however, aligns us with the flow of life, allowing us to respond effectively rather than react impulsively. Acceptance begins with a shift in perception. Rather than asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you can ask, "What is this moment asking of me?" This subtle change in perspective turns challenges into opportunities for growth and self-discovery. It allows you to see that life is not working against you, but rather presenting you with lessons and experiences necessary for your evolution. Practical acceptance starts with small, intentional acts of awareness. When faced with a challenging situation, pause and acknowledge it without judgment. Notice your initial thoughts and feelings, but don't get caught up in them. Instead of labeling the situation as bad or unfair, simply recognize it as it is. For example, if you've encountered a setback at work, resist the urge to replay the scenario in your mind endlessly. Instead, take a deep breath and say to yourself, "This is what's happening right now." This acknowledgement alone can create a sense of calm amidst chaos. Paradoxically, acceptance often leads to change. When you stop resisting a situation, you see it more clearly. From this clarity, solutions and actions arise naturally. Acceptance clears the fog of frustration and mental struggle, revealing a path forward that was obscured by resistance. Ultimately, acceptance is a practice of surrender not to defeat, but to the wisdom of life itself. When you let go of the need to control or resist what is, you discover an inner stillness that no external situation can disturb. In this stillness, peace is not something you find, it is something you realize has been within you all along.